Hello everyone, I'm John Ray, President of the Alpharetta Business Association, and I'm here with our Member of the Month for May, Debbie Smith.
Thank
Debbie,
you, John.
Yeah, with Pro Gadget Clinic. We're in her beautiful store. This is a beautiful store.
Thank you. That's how we designed it,
Yeah.
to be warm and welcoming and inviting for people to come in.
Because, you know, you go to like the kiosk at the mall or you know, another store, and it's a lot of them I've been in are junky. This is beautiful. This is a showroom, right?
Yep, thank you very much. Like I said, we want people to be able to come in, get their phones fixed, and be able to feel comfortable. They can wait here if they want to. They could go grab lunch close by, and it's usually done within an hour, so it's very quick.
Okay, so obviously cell phones, mobile devices are the most important things in our lives, right?
That's right.
That's people actually go to bed with their mobile phone.
They do.
So talk a little bit about the repair work that you do
Okay.
and how that works. How does that process work?
Well, the most common repair that we do would be cracked screens. People will drop their phone or it gets bumped. Some people sit on them and the screen cracks. That's probably our most common repair, is to come on in and get the screen replaced. The second most common repair would be to replace batteries. That's our second most common repair for cell phones. So that's pretty much the two most common, but we could do more than that.
Okay, so I'm sure a lot of our folks out there are thinking about upgrades. Why should I come repair my phone when I can get an upgrade, right?
That's a great question. You know, someone will come around and they've had their phone a couple of years, the battery's going out, the charge port's not working, and they think, oh, I'll just go and get an upgrade. Well, the days of upgrades are in the past. Nowadays, when you want to get a new phone, you either need to pay for it outright or finance it or lease it. And when you finance it or lease it through some of the carriers, they actually charge interest, and it can get very expensive. So instead, as an alternative, you can come in instead and for a fraction of the cost, get your mobile device repaired and be able to use it for, 6, 12, 3 more years, whatever you want to do.
And sometimes, I know with the Apple, I think I read this with the Apple iPhone 10, sales weren't quite as great as they thought there would be because people didn't see the added benefit to that. So it was better for folks to keep their phones than to spend all that extra money, which was $1,000 or more for an iPhone 10. So it makes a lot of sense to come back and just repair your phone. But I guess the question is, so are phones being built better such that they're going to last longer, and therefore it's better to invest in that repair?
Well, that's a great question, actually. And the answer is no. They're not built to be, to withstand any hard falls or drops. They're glass, and the glass allows you to have the touch, so we can do all the fun things. Now a lot of the phones have glass on the back side as well for that wireless charging that everybody wants. They don't want to deal with the power cords. So what that means is now, John, there's 2 really big pieces of glass to break, one on the front and on the back.
So that something tells me that's the importance of having a great case, right? So you've got some solutions for that, right?
Yep, we do. We have a wide variety of cases here. We also sell tempered glass and have a recurring program. The first time you get the tempered glass, you pay full price, but after that, when it breaks and you need a new one, it's just half price indefinitely after that. But keep in mind, tempered glass and cell phone cases are not magic force fields. Even though you may have a really good case and tempered glass, your phone could still break. But it is a great, great way to prevent it from happening at just a small drop.
Okay, now I've heard you talk about when you should have a plan, a repair plan through your carrier, or protection plan.
Insurance.
Yeah, insurance, there you go. When you should have that kind of coverage and when you shouldn't. Maybe you should talk to folks about that.
Yeah, I mean, insurance to me is for catastrophic reasons. If you're going to get insurance, it's going to be if it's lost, stolen, or dropped in the ocean or something like that. And the reason why I say ocean is because salt water is very corrosive. We also do water damage treatment here. So even if it's dropped in the sink or left in the rain and it stops working, bring it in. That we have brought many phones back to life, and that has been a wonderful, inexpensive way to do it as well. In terms of insurance, I overwhelmingly suggest always getting insurance for Android phones because Android phones are not as easily repairable as Apple devices are. So if you get an Apple device, I don't really recommend getting insurance unless you have had it lost, stolen, or like I said, something else catastrophic happening to it.
Okay, now I've heard you talk a little bit about this.
Mm-hmm.
So, so what's the difference? I mean, between Apple and Android in that regard, why is that?
Well, as my technicians have taught me, basically the Android spends a lot of money in the screen. Their screens are beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. They have more pixels or whatever, that they have. Apple spends a lot of their money on the design and engineering of the phone and not so much in the screen, except for the new iPhone 10. They did put more money into that. But what that means is when a screen cracks on an Apple versus an Android, where the Apple screens are going to be less expensive to repair because they're not where Apple put all their money. Apple put their money in the engineering of the software and design and sleekness of the phone.
So just know if you have an Android, you're paying a lot for that display.
You are. You are.
That could come back to bite you later.
Could, yes,
Yeah,
very much
yeah.
so.
Particularly if you're like me and drop your phone. So let's talk about. You also have refurbished phones.
We do.
Too, and you help people with that.
We do. Again, sometimes I had a woman yesterday that came in, and her 14-year-old son had dropped his phone in the sink, and it was very water damaged, and there was corrosive stuff in the sink, and it didn't make any sense. So instead, she ended up buying him one of our iPhone 6S's, and of course, the child was thrilled to get a new phone, but the one that he had dropped was an iPhone 5S. So he was very happy about that, and the woman doesn't have any contract, and everybody's happy in that respect.
Good stuff.
Also, when I mentioned, sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah,
but we
no,
also
yeah.
repair computers as well.
Good.
We do laptops and desktop computers. Most of people come in, they just want to get what's called like a cleanup or a tune-up on their computer. We physically will vacuum it out, clean it, maybe make suggestions. Maybe they're running out of memory or their battery's getting weak and we need to replace that battery. Sometimes keys get stuck. We've even done liquid treatment on laptops as well. All kinds of liquid treatment as well. So we definitely do that.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So, Debbie, this is great. People need to come out and see your store because it's beautiful. It really is. So, for those that want to do that, tell them where your store is and tell them also your website and how to be in touch.
Absolutely. Our website is progadgetclinic.com, and we are located right at the corner of Haynes Bridge and Old Alabama Road. There's a Kroger shopping center here, and it's right on the corner of Alpharetta, Johns Creek, and Roswell. We're right there. We've got, those three cities are literally a stone's throw away.
And you've got folks that come from a long way away to come to you, so that tells me something about your service. So,
Yep, we do.
congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
And also on being the ABA Member of the Month.
Thank you, John. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.